All right, good morning, everyone. All right, let's get started. All right, first things first, let's look at today and see if there's any economic data we need to consider. Sorry, one second. Okay, so today we've got final manufacturing PMI at 9:45 a.m. Eastern. At 10 o'clock Eastern, we've got ISM manufacturing PMI, ISM manufacturing prices, construction spending month over month. Those are one is considered to be strongly important. That would be ISM. Moderately, ISM manufacturing PMI would be strongly important. Manufacturing prices will be modestly important, and construction spending is not expected to have much impact. Then at 11 a.m., we have Fed Chairman Powell speaking. Now that should have substantial, very substantial impact. So that's an important release at 11 o'clock Eastern. At the same time, FOMC member Harker will be speaking as well. Then at 1 p.m. Eastern, FOMC member Barr will be speaking. Barr is not expected to say anything of significant impact. So basically, between 10 o'clock Eastern past 11 a.m. Eastern, we should have some major news that should impact the markets. So we should look for some potential changes in the trend, if there is any trend, at that time. All right, now, as far as the market goes right now in the pre-market, here's what the NASDAQ, the QQQ ETF looks like. So presently it is trading only barely higher than where it was at the close on Friday. So the dotted red line is the close on Friday. And yeah, that's about it. All right, so the next thing we should look at is what was moving on Friday. So let's take a quick review of the action on Friday and look at the stocks that were moving. So one of the stocks that was moving was Rivian. And you can see, first of all, the QQQ on Friday was mostly going down, started up here, ended down there, so mostly going lower on Friday. So Rivian actually went up. It was able to reach target number one of 24.14, and it got about halfway to target number two, topping out at about 24.50 a share. Next up, we've got Femi, which didn't have any targets per se, but we had some general expectations for that, and the stock was able to get from $1.88 a share up to a high of about 361, I believe, a share, or 62, something like that. And it did it in pretty consistent fashion, so move up, and then came down and went back up, as you can see. So it had these nice move up, pause, move up, big pullback, move up, pull back, move up, and then finally, after this pullback, never was able to go up again. But either way, definitely exploitable price action there. So give me one second. Let me fix my other chart. All right, so next up we have Zion Bank. That was able to reach target number one of 35.53 per share. No problem, but it was not able to get anywhere beyond that. Plug Power actually got really close to hitting target number one before it collapsed. So this sharp move up at the beginning of the day wasn't something we were trying to chase after, but just to point it out. So it did. Actually, it did hit target number one exactly. 7.95 per share was target number one, and it looks like, yeah, it looks like I hit it 100% right on the nose. And then it fell apart after that. Similar fate for Enphase. It was able to reach target number one as well, just went slightly beyond it and then collapsed. So both Plug Power and Enphase had the same behavior. Airbnb, oops, I spelled that wrong. Airbnb was able to reach target number one of 140.37 per share, topping out at 141.07. Not able to get beyond that. Um, Next up, we have Novavax, which was able to reach target just under target number one. It got within 3 cents of target number one and then topped out at 768, and that was it. Um, then we had Affirm, AFRM, which was able to reach target number one of $22 a share. And it got about 3/4 of the way to target number two, topping out at 22.53 before ending its run. And that was pretty much it. Now, we did have other stocks that were moving, but they weren't moving predictably or consistently in one direction. So that's all we're looking for in this review. All right, so looking at the stocks that are moving pre-market, and remember the pre-market pulse, we're focused on stock opportunities. We're not focused on options opportunities. Once the bell rings, we'll look for stocks and options opportunities both. And the stocks we look for will be mostly, overwhelmingly optionable. So you have both. But right now we're just focusing on what's happening pre-market that we might be able to exploit for stocks. So right now I have ACXP. Never heard of this stock before. Accurix Pharmaceuticals. I guess that's how they say it. ACURX Pharmaceuticals. And this stock currently is trading above $1 per share. And it is trading 5.4 million shares of volume, but it's currently up only 4%. And we can see that clearly it was up more than that just a little bit before the broadcast. So we'll put that on the possibilities list, as I call it, meaning a list of stocks that might potentially hit the standards that we want, but they are not currently at the place that we want them to be. So that's ACXP. Okay. Also, give me 1 second. I need to check something else really fast. Okay. All right. So ACXP will be on our possibilities list. Next up, we've got, let's see, Femi is on the scanner, but I don't think it's, oh, actually it did. Okay. I didn't think it moved enough, but it did. So Femi currently is up 23% on 5.7 million shares. Of course, it's above $1 per share, so that meets all of our criteria. We'll go ahead and add FEMY to the radar. Next up, I see Nicola's on my scan, but I doubt it's moved enough. Yep, so it's got the volume, it has the price, but Nicola's only changed in value by 1.27%, so that doesn't match our needs, so we'll skip that one. It's not even really close, so we'll just see that if it moves during the regular session. Rivian is taking a nosedive here. Must be some bad news. Let's see. Is that earnings? Oh no, it's delivery. Okay, so Rivian releases Q3 production figures and sets date for third quarter 2023 results. So Rivian reported it delivered nearly 15,600 vehicles in Q3. And Evercore upgrades Rivian Automotive to outperform from inline price target is $35. All right, so I'm not sure. This might be due to some news from Tesla, but I don't know. I mean, definitely this is news from Rivian. They got some specific news, but we'll see. So either way, it's down 3.5%, 2.3 million shares. It hasn't moved enough to qualify for the percent change we want, but I will add that to our possibilities list. And we'll see Rivian at the open anyway, as this is a stock that we regularly look at. So Rivian is now on the possibilities list, but not on the regular list. And finally, I have SNDX. And SNDX, wait a minute, did I spell that wrong? There you go. SNDX is currently down 7.9%, trading 1.47 million shares. Of course, it's trading above $1 per share, so that matches all of our criteria. So we'll add that to our list. All right, so the criteria we're looking for those who are not familiar, we're looking for NASDAQ listed stocks that are trading at least $1 per share in price or higher in the pre-market. So they have to be doing that right now. Also in the pre-market, they must have a total volume of over 1.5 million, oh, sorry, 1 million shares, not 1.5, over 1 million shares. And we must see a price change of at least 6% positive or negative. If we have all four of those criteria met, then we have a potential match. We'll take a look. We actually do have a full match, I should say, when we take a look. So if you see any other stocks, you see Darren's mentioned Mara and BNOX. Let's take a look. And 19.2%, yep. 1 million shares plus, yep. Over $1 per share, NASDAQ listed, that counts. All four criteria met. So we'll add BNOX to our radar. And let's see, Mara, up 7.88%, 1.1 million shares, trading above $1 per share. Yep, so that qualifies as well. Just out of curiosity, let me see if Riot. Okay, Riot's short on the volume, but it did move up as well. So short on the volume, but we'll see Riot at the open anyway. So Mara is added to our list. Any other stocks, folks, that meet these four criteria that you guys see, let me know in the chat. We'll go ahead and take a look. Must be a NASDAQ listed stock. Must also be trading at least $1 per share or higher in the pre-market session. Also must have at least 1 million shares of pre-market volume that's been traded. So when you look at your volume display for right now in pre-market, it should say at least 1 million here on your TrueEdge platform or whatever platform you might be looking at otherwise. And it must show at least a 6% change in price, positive or negative. So if you see that, all four of those criteria, let me know in the chat if there are any other stocks. So far, we've got FEMY, FEMI, SNDX, BNOX, and MARA so far. So again, folks, any other stocks that you see that meet our criteria, let me know in the chat. All right. Matthew, on True Edge, you just have to go right into here. You're right, Timothy. I'm not sure if they're profitable. They probably aren't, but well, I'm pretty sure they aren't profitable. I haven't looked at their actual reports in a long time. You have to go down to settings on the chart, and right here where it has the time range, you have to set the time. I start at 4 a.m. Eastern to 4 p.m. I don't include the after hours, and this has the start of the pre-market, which for most stocks is at 4 o'clock Eastern or later. And then you have select here, highlight market hours, so you can easily tell the difference between, the pre-market versus the regular session in black. All right, folks, we'll go ahead and wrap up today's pre-market pulse. Please be sure to like this video. I see we have 12 likes so far. Let's get these up. Let's get these up. If you're listening to the video, please make sure to like the video. That is extremely important to the algorithm for YouTube. It allows us to get our broadcast out to more people. We did cross over 3,100 subscribers now, so we hit the 3K mark a little while ago. We'd love to get this up to 4,000 subscribers. For now, we'll just keep going along. And if you are not familiar with our channel, but you happen to be watching this broadcast either live or replay, check out our website, fundertrading.com. You'll see a link to that in our description. For everyone else, if you're part of our program, I'll see you in the coaching room in about 25 minutes, just before the market opens, and then we'll go from there. All right, so everyone have a great trading session, and I'll see everyone in the coaching room soon, and I'll see everyone for the pre-market pulse tomorrow morning. Take care.